I'm Stellrys, and I'm late and a little bit smaller than I thought. Give me 1 second. Let me just... Good enough. Whatever. Good enough. Anyways, hello everyone. Like always, I'm always late. It wasn't my... That's not true. Okay, it was my fault. But it was only because I didn't realize that all of my freaking... What is it? Connections disconnected because the IP changed. Because I think the power went out at one point. So I was like frantically reconnecting everything and I was like, no! Anyways, happy Thursday, everyone. It's not quite congratulations station, but unfortunately I'm busy tomorrow. So let's say it's like one stop before congratulations station. What's that? Pre-congratulations station, I guess? Yeah, unfortunately I'm busy tomorrow and Saturday, which I think actually I mostly do congratulations station on Fridays. But yeah, so I won't be able to stream, so instead have pre-congratulations station for tomorrow. Either way, anyways, so sorry about last week. I was super sick. I don't know how to describe this. I have been having the weirdest... Hello. I've been having the weirdest month possible. Where basically I'll get really, like, physically unwell. Not really sick, but, like, physically unwell. For example, last week I was... What was I doing last week? I basically just passed out on the couch, like, the entire day. I only woke up, really, to take care of my pets. And then I would go sit back on the couch, throw something on the TV, and, like, I would just be in and out. That was, like, the entire day. Like, after work. So, it was pretty bad. What is 700? Is that tomorrow? Like, station is... I don't... What? I'm sorry. Oh, are you guys talking about... What's that little wordy thingy? What do people always say? Subscribing, there we go. Oh, thank you. I don't really pay attention because I've always been told that it's like a... First of all, it's not that important. Secondly, people get like too into that kind of thing and I'm just kind of like, whatever. Oh god. But anyways, thank you. But that's not what the congratulation is for. The congratulation is for a week well done and hopefully getting to rest. If you don't work a normal weekday job, I'm sorry. Then I hope your congratulations station comes some other time. But yeah, so I've just been, and that's basically just, I've just basically been really feeling unwell. Basically what happens is it peaks around Friday. And then it pretty much makes me feel really terrible for the weekend. And then it gets a little bit better once Monday comes because it's like as if my body is like, I know you have to go out and make money, so do that. And then in the middle, and then like, but then in like the weekday, allergies will take over. For example, I've been sleeping on the couch for like the past 3 days because for some reason, when I go into my bedroom to try to sleep, I keep coughing. We're talking about like, you know, like there's something, it feels like there's something stuck in my throat. I cough and like, you know, you get that weird like phlegmy thing. And I'm talking about like, I cough a lot. And that's really weird because I generally don't have coughing as an allergy symptom. So, but for some reason, like when I'm in my living room, it's okay. It's not as bad. So I'm like, well, fuck, okay, I can't sleep in my bedroom then for right now, and I'm too tired to figure out what it is. I mean, I probably need to wash my sheets more or something. But you know, I'm just so tired. I'm like, whatever. I'm just gonna sleep on the couch and just, if I die, I die. Or if I'm exhausted, I'm exhausted. I don't want to deal with this. So yeah, I've just been sleeping on my couch for like the past 2 days again. My cats bump into my face, so I don't have to worry about that. Just so you know. They're very cuddly when I'm not paying attention. Yeah, I don't know what this is. It's really annoying. Because basically I'm like going between really bad allergies. So we're talking about, you know, like the whole stuffy nose, unable to breathe kind of thing. Apparently coughing now. To like suddenly feeling bodily unwell too, where it's like I'm super tired, I can't do anything. I don't know. I'm so tired. I don't want to like, I haven't been doing anything because I'm just so like physically and mentally exhausted, and like, I don't know, allergies are really bad this year. Like, really bad. We're talking about like, half the time I'm not sure how many hours I've gone to sleep because I just keep, basically all I do is sit in bed and I just doze in and out of sleep because that's just how bad it is. And like, even though I take a lot of medicines, it doesn't work. And just, I don't know. So, I've been having a kind of bad month again, health-wise. I should probably go to the doctor, but every time I go, they just kind of give me like the same medicines, or they always tell me, you should do the stupid allergy shots, and I'm like, no thank you, I tried that once and I almost died. I mean, not really, but like, it was basically like having my worst allergies, but every single day. Like, we were talking about like every single day for, I think I did it, I managed to do them for about a month and a half before COVID hit, which meant I had to stop it anyways, but basically for that month and a half, I could never breathe. I always had to breathe through my mouth. It was like I'm sure I've told you guys before, but the whole thing where it's like, I wake up in the middle of the night, like what feels like on the verge of dying because my nose is super clogged up and I can't breathe through it. And my mouth is super dry because I've been trying to breathe through my mouth. And I'm so tired and sleepy that I don't know what to do. And I'm too tired to reach for the water that I'm like, I'm not lying. And like a lot of the times, like during that time, I'll just die. You know what? If I die, I die. And I'll just go back to sleep. As you can see though, I haven't died yet. Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe it was something that I was eating, because sometimes like I also get like these weird stomach cramps that are reminiscent of when I had food poisoning. But it's not really a cramp, it's kind of hard to describe. It feels weird. I don't think you guys understand how like exhausted you are. Like, just imagine waking up in the middle of the night. It's like pitch black. Your mouth is super dry. So like you can't like talk, you can't do anything. Your nose is so stuffy, you can't breathe. And your mind is so freaking foggy and tired that you're just like, I can't do anything. It was terrible. It was really bad. I mean, like, I'm having a couple of those days, like, nowadays, but, like, back when I was taking the allergy shots, that was literally every single night. So, yeah. Whatever. Anyways, hello. So, see, but that's the thing, like, I don't even have enough air to whimper or make any noise, other than, like, like, literally, that is, like, all that's happening. So, I'm like, whatever. Fucking whatever. Either way, so yeah. So, and then right now I'm dealing with this weird cough that I mentioned, and so I'm just really tired. Yeah, I was really worried about that. Like, maybe there was some kind of mold, but I'm too scared to check. Because I've just been through a really bad, like, thing with my house. So I'm like, please no more house issues. So, can I stream lying? I can't. I can't stream lying down. I can't even lie down, really. I get too scared to lie down because, you know, when you lie down, my nasal passages get more clogged up, and then, like, obviously heartburn / acid reflux makes it like come up a little bit more, which also makes me more like nose stuffy and makes me cough and just, I don't know. I feel like all I'm saying is I'm getting old and my body is starting to show the signs of not having taken well care of it. So my body's like, what? You thought that youth would last forever? Kind of thing. And I'm just like, yes. Hello. I love Poogie from Monster Hunter. I've only played World, but Poogie was like the absolute best. Absolute. My symptoms are one of your phobias? Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of like, nah, whatever. I'm just dealing with it however I can, honestly. Which is, like, example, just sleeping on the couch. Because I'm like, fine, at least I can kind of get some semblance of sleep. When my freaking cats aren't causing trouble. Because they like to play at like 3 a.m. and then again at like 5. And then they just stare at me creepily until I wake up because they're like, it's feeding time. Man, that's okay though. I think it's also maybe I'm not hydrating enough too. So, I don't know. They're helping? You're right, they're helping me by making sure I don't die in the middle of the night. Making sure I wake up. I guess that's fair. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when my cats are sleeping, I get really scared that, like, and my dog, I get really scared when they don't move. Like, you know, like, you can't see them super visibly moving. And I just have to go and I just, like, wait. Like, I just shake them until they wake up. Because I want to make sure that they're okay and alive. Because I'm so terrified now. And they always just like wake up and just stare at me like I'm some kind of monster. And I'm just like, but like one of my oldest cat though, she sleeps like a, the way she sleeps sometimes is really terrifying. Like, you know, so like her eyelids sometimes won't close all the way, and that's like, I don't know if you guys know, but I think when pets, like when cats and dogs die, I don't think they can, their eyes don't close. Like, even if you try to close them, like a human's, they just won't close. They won't stay closed, and it's really terrifying. So my cat will sometimes sleep, and her eyes will still be kind of open, and she won't move, because you know, because she's old. She's old, so she doesn't move as much. And I'll call her name a bunch of times, but she'll ignore me, and then I get really scared that like she died in her sleep or something. So I go over there and like I'll start shaking her, and she'll like wake up and meow at me like really angry. I mean, not like really angry, but like sleepy, like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, you're the one that's sleeping like a freak and like ignoring me when I'm calling your name. It's really terrifying. It's really terrifying. Yeah, no, I think dogs too, but yeah, I'm sorry if anyone didn't really want to know this, but when your cat dies, their eyes won't close. You can try to close them, and they'll just pop right back open, and it's really, you know, it's not really the nicest thing that, it's not really something you want to see when you're like super already terribly heartbroken. So so I've just taken to doing that with my pets. My dog is the easiest because he like just, you know, he like is in a really deep sleep, but like if I just call his name, he's just, you know, he's typical dog fashion, just like perks up and stares at me. So, but my oldest cat, who's younger than my dog, her just that way she sleeps, it makes me really upset. And the fact that she just ignores me. I'm literally like one, like just out of reach, so I can't touch her. So I'm just like, hey, are you awake? Hey, are you awake? And she just doesn't do anything. She doesn't move. She doesn't like twitch her ear or anything. It's really frustrating. Anyways, enough about that. My head is really muddled. I'm trying to think about what to talk about. Oh, this is unrelated. Completely unrelated. but my infestor came in this week. Or was it last week? I don't know. Sometime between last week and this week, my infestor, my overlord, and my pink zergling came in from that one store. Makeshift. Is it makeshift or makeshift? Makeshift. It's that like website where people partner up and like you can create a stuffed animal kind of thing. And then but like it's like basically you have to get a certain amount funded, obviously 100%, and if it gets funded, they'll make it. If it doesn't get funded, they won't. And everyone gets their money back kind of thing. So it's like a, you know, lower risk sort of thing. Lower risk Kickstarter like thing. I don't know. But obviously, you know, they partner with Carbots, and Carbots has their StarCrafts, which is his like little videos about StarCraft, like drawn really cutely, like his animations. It's really cute. You guys should check it out, even if you don't like StarCraft. I mean, I guess if you don't like StarCraft, you won't understand it. Anyways, it's really cute, and they released an infestor, overlord, and a pink zergling. I'm not gonna lie though, the pink zergling isn't the... Don't tell. No, I didn't say anything. They're all super cute and fluffy. And the infestor has like that little derp tongue like coming out. He's so freaking cute. It'll probably be infestor. Actually, infestor is sitting with me right now. He's a lot bigger than I thought he is. So he's like really nice size for hugging. I love him. But yeah, I was super excited about that. Cause you know, it's like, when you, what's the word? When you pledge? I don't know. It's like, you know, it's usually like months out, because obviously they have to like finish up the campaign, and then once it's done, you know, they actually have to like go into making it, and then like after you make it, obviously it has to get like delivered, so it takes like months. So it was like a very nice surprise, you know, just one day while I was dying to see that package. Me being like, what the fuck is this? I didn't order anything from Amazon or anywhere else. And then like opening it and being like, it's my little buddies. See that? They want to give you head pats. He's really cute. He's super cute. Carbots does a lot of like cute derpy animations. I like them. I've seen their Diablo ones too. I think they did like some WoW ones. I think there were like 1 or 2 Final Fantasy 14 ones, and then I think like a couple of Elden Ring ones. I haven't watched it recently, unfortunately, so but yeah, so yeah, they did do Elden Ring. I actually think the Elden Ring characters are also on campaign. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a campaign for the stuffed animals. So yeah, I remember the Lost Ark ones because I thought it was funny. Because obviously I could like really relate to it. Sort of thing. But yeah, so that was like a nice surprise. Other than that, I don't think I had anything else nice happen. That sounds so sad, but it's true. Oh, that's not really something nice. But what is it? So I've been trying not to go out and buy crumble cookies because one, I actually kind of I have to go out of my way to buy them. Because like basically in the bubble where I live and like normally go, there isn't a store. But just outside of that bubble, there is. But it means that like I literally have to go out of my way to get it. And so I was like, I should really stop. And the problem is, you know, yeah, I'm not buying party box anymore, but I'm buying 6. I'm still buying 6 cookies. And let's say I only finish all of them, like, you know what, let's just say like I can consistently finish 70% of the box. So I was kind of like, that's kind of wasteful. But I'm like the type of person where when I see the flavors, I can't stop myself. You know, I should be like, I should only buy the 4 flavors. But instead, you know, I walk out with 6 or 12, you know, cookies. So I'm like, I should probably really stop. And then I was like, man, I wonder if they ever make a cotton candy flavored cookie. Like, I'm not joking. Like, really randomly, I was like, I wonder if they ever make a cotton candy flavored cookie. And then because I started thinking that, I was like, you know what? I said I wouldn't check Crumble, but I'm gonna check Crumble this week. I checked Crumble, and I'm not joking you. This week is cotton candy cookie. I was like, what? What are the odds of that happening? Like, seriously. What are the odds of that? Like, me randomly thinking about whether they would have a cotton candy flavored cookie while I'm trying not to buy Crumble cookies, and then they fucking have the cookie. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Because now I'm like, I have to go. Like, I have to go. Because it's like cotton candy, and then I think like the other one is like a Twix inspired one, and Twix is one of my favorite candies. So I was like, fuck, how am I supposed to say no to that? And then obviously, like, because I thought about it, I can't just get 4 cookies, even if I'm not gonna eat all of them. I'm so wasteful. Why do I have so little self-discipline and self-control? I have to, it's like, I wish they had like an 8-pack. Is 8-pack too much? Look, I could finish 70 to 80% of the cookies, all right? That one time I bought the 12-pack recently. I actually ate 8.5 of, no, I think I actually managed to eat maybe 9. I think I managed to eat a lot, okay? We'll just say that. Isn't the party pack 8? Is it? Is the party pack 8? Is the party pack 8? I thought the party pack was like double the amount of the normal cookies. You know, you might be right, it might be 8. I don't know anymore. Well, let's just say it's a lot of cookies, alright? No. I eat it over the week. Like, I try to do only 1 cookie a day, if even. Sometimes it's like only half a cookie. So, it's not like I just sit there and just devour cookie after cookie. I only did that like twice, okay? I think one of the first times I did it, I ate a ton. Well, you know what? It's nobody's business. It's nobody's business how many cookies I'm eating in one sitting. Also, they're not like, they're pretty. They're yummy, okay? I can't help it. I have little self-control when it comes to sweets. Also, I can't help it. Look, the cookies are huge. They're like the size of your hand, like spread out. Like, I'm not saying your palm. I mean like the size of your hand with your fingers spread out kind of thing. They're huge. It goes 4, then 6, then 12. See, I'm not crazy. 12, because, wait. Yeah, because the 12 box is like really precarious, I think. Like really precarious feeling. Or something. I don't know. It was a big box, okay? I've only gone there twice. So, and I, you know, it was just, yeah, the cookies are huge. You know, and some are good, some are meh. But I mean, let's be honest. Could you really eat, let's say that there's only 8 of them. Could you really eat 8 of those like in one sit, or even if you eat only 1 per day? Because like technically there's only 6 flavors, right? Yeah, because it's like 4. It's like the 4 rotating flavors, and then usually chocolate chip, and then 1 sugar cookie. So yeah, like you could. Okay, you guys are all boasting that you could eat it in 1 sitting, but I don't think you could eat 6 of those in 1 sitting. I'm just saying. We're talking about like you're not super hungry, just like, you know, you're just whatever, you know? You know what I mean? Oh, no worries. Thanks for dropping by, though. And also, thank you. I hope I can feel better, too. See you again next time. You can eat 2 cookies at once. I mean, there's a lot of cookies. What else? There's like a lot of other cookie places, but I think Crumble is the only one that I actually thought was really worth it, which is weird. Because like, I'm generally not really one for... Weirdly, despite liking sweets, I'm not really one for like gourmet cookies, gourmet cupcakes, and stuff like that. So, yeah. No, like, look, I mean, like, I don't like wasting it either, but you reach a point where you're just, you know, cookies, just so much cookie in mouth and tummies, just so like, you know, getting very pot-belly-y, and you're just like, I can't eat anymore. You know, and you know, they're like really sweet. Some of them are really, most of them are really sweet. Have you seen how many butters they use? So I'm not gonna lie, I do throw away some of the cookies that I can't eat. I mean, I only throw them away like after a week has passed, and if I can't eat it within the week, it goes in the trash. If I can somehow eat it within the week, then. Yeah. Yeah, see, it is just Crumble. I have it's really weird. I can't eat a lot, but I can eat a large amount of sweets, which is weird. Like, like I can't eat a lot of like just regular food. But when it comes to sweet, like I'm that person who's like, I'm super full, but I'm still gonna eat dessert. And I'm gonna hate myself like every second of it, or every second afterwards, but I'm gonna eat it. Even if I barf. Or, I also have bad self-control with like drinks. Where I think I've mentioned to you guys that I have pretty low alcohol tolerance. So generally like 1 glass of anything is fine. But sometimes, you know, when it's really tasty, like if you're drinking like a cocktail or whatever, you're like, I want to eat more. And so you want to drink more, and like there's different flavors, so you drink more, and then some more, and then the next thing you know, your head's in the toilet, and you know what? I'm like just painting the absolute worst picture of myself. I actually don't like all you can eat Korean barbecue. I actually prefer, when I go to Korean barbecue, I like ordering. I don't like all you can eat. Generally because most all you can eats comprise of a lot of pork meats. And those aren't the tasty ones. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still good. But those are the really tasty ones. I usually you know, like LA Harvey and stuff is usually not included, or like all that stuff. So I will usually order instead. I mean, which is good though, because that means then I don't have to make the mistake of eating too much and then throwing up later. Because like, if I throw up later, I won't want to eat it anymore. And I like Korean barbecue. So yeah. I also can't eat a lot of cheesecake either. It's just too rich. Unless it's like maybe a fruit one. Maybe a fruit, like with fruits on top of it, then maybe, but I don't know. There is something about cheesecake that's just really, really rich. And yeah, LA Carby. It's like the one that's marinated in like the sauce. That one is it's pretty good. I think most places make it a little too sweet though, because they're trying to cater more to like Western tastes and stuff. But it's still pretty good. But generally in all you can eat barbecue, they don't have that type of meat. It's usually a lot of porks and a lot of other stuff. So the one you go to is pricey. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I have gone to a really pricey like all you can eat one too. And I was still just like, I'm not gonna lie, I was still just like, yeah, this is great, but I'm not, like, I can never eat enough to, what's it called? I can never eat enough to justify doing an all-you-can-eat place. So for me, it's like much better to just order from it instead of like actually doing whatever. Instead of trying to do the all-you-can-eat. Unless it's something... There wasn't... No. I was about to say in Korea, there was like an all-you-can-eat like shabu-shabu hot pot place that I ate a lot at, but I realized that that was like 90% vegetables. So, yeah. Go get some food. The bottle of bourbon is already almost empty. Oh, but that's a couple of weeks. I can't drink. You know what I really want to try though? The Jack Daniel's Coke can. Because I generally don't like having hard liquors just because I can't justify buying that bottle. And then like, if I buy like a bottle of like whiskey and all that other stuff, 1.75, liters! I won't judge you. I won't judge you though. You know what? We all have our vices and we all have things that we like. You like drinking alcohol. I like eating sweets. But yeah. So I've seen like, I feel like I've seen ads and or billboards for it, but is it out yet? When I first looked it up, it said that it was releasing first in Mexico. It said that it was releasing in Mexico, and now I don't know, actually. You know what I do sometimes wish, though, I had on hand? The stuff to make an old-fashioned. That might be the only thing I sometimes wish I had on hand. Like... Shit, I don't know why. But like I said, I don't like keeping a lot of alcohols, just because... I just don't. Just because, again, I don't drink enough, it will just literally go to waste, and I'll be throwing it out like in 5 years. Maybe with like, if that bottle is lucky, a third of it will be gone when I throw it out. Really? See, like, but I don't buy like whiskey or do most people make it with bourbon? So, what is it? So I'm just like, there's no reason for me to have, and I generally, don't want to drink it very often. But just sometimes, for some reason, I really just want an old-fashioned. It is made with bourbon. Okay, I've had one with whiskey too before. It was just meh. But yeah, so, and then obviously, like, if you go out and buy one, they're really expensive for like a very tiny amount. I mean, which is fine. It's not like I need a lot. But it's like, if I'm gonna go out and drink, I might as well like go out. No, you know what? Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about moderation. Either way, but yeah, that's probably like the only reason why I would want to have the car. Which is why like the whole Jack Daniel's Coke can thing was like, I was like, that's so cool, because now I don't have to buy an entire bottle whenever I want to drink some. I can just buy a fucking can. And because it's a can, there is a very good chance that I can finish it. Unlike, the bottle of Jack Daniel's. No, that one's not gonna work. Also, welcome back. Nashville had a really good smoked old. That's pretty good. I actually had one a couple weeks ago. It was pretty okay, but I wish that it had a slightly more orange taste to it. I think their orange slice was a little too thin, so it didn't really quite have that nice hint of orange, and so it made it like a little too smoky for me, unfortunately. But it was still pretty good because I haven't had one in a really long time. So, canned cocktails. I mean, technically, isn't it just the US that's kind of like behind on canned cocktail stuff? I feel like Asian countries have like a shit ton of those. They do. I would know. Because when I visited Korea and Japan, that's all my friends and I would do. After we would like go around checking everything out, we would go to like the nearest convenience store and we would pick out a different like canned alcoholic drink. Or something else. Like, for example, they can sell hard liquors at the convenience stores. So sometimes my friend would be like, dude, my friend was like, they have, what is it? I think it was like a sake that was like 70% alcohol in like, you know, like that little glass bottle cup like thing. And my friend was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. And he bought it, and it was not. They had a bad time. But yeah, but they had a lot of different alcoholic drinks, like a lot. I think my favorite was probably like this white grape one. I forgot what it was. Shit. It was probably what is it, Suntory or whatever? I think it was a Chuhai, yeah. So, I mean, technically we all took a sip of it. It was, man, it was it was an experience. Let's just say that, yeah. I mean, I totally could foresee like if we all ever go back, we would totally do it all over again. Even though we're now like much older. But yeah. I mean, most of it wasn't pretty bad. It was pretty good. And, you know, there's like a lot of different flavors, a lot of different types. We would also, every morning we would actually stop by the konbini and like buy a different like coffee drink. Because apparently they have a shit ton of those too. Yeah. I forget the one that in the end so we were there for about 2 weeks. So obviously by that point we went through a shit ton of drinks. Like we went through a lot of drinks. So we were like, so obviously towards the end we had already picked out like all of our favorites. I forgot which coffee one that all of us really liked. It was like a really sweet one. It was really yummy though, because you know, I like to drink coffee for just the hint of coffee and the rest for sugar because it's yummy. Yeah, everything was made by Suntory. It was really, yeah, like you mentioned, it was really weird to see them selling like giant bottles of water, and then you look in the next aisle and they're freaking selling like whiskey, sake, and all this other stuff, and I'm like, okay. I think they also made like the little jelly packets too, like the little squeezable, drinkable jelly stuff too. So I was like, okay, I guess you guys just make everything. Man, I wish traveling wasn't so expensive. Ugh. I mean, okay, maybe like it could not be expensive, but like I'm that type of person that likes to be very comfortable when I travel. And I don't mean like, you know, I need to stay at like 5-star hotel or anything like that. I just mean like, you know, I still like having the same type of creature comforts that I have at home because I'm really weird and peculiar. But that also doesn't mean like, you know, I'll ride like first class. Man, no one has the money for that. I wonder what it's like though. I think. Yeah, no, that's the problem. Me too. When I was... So, I went with one suitcase, and I came back with another. Because I bought so much crap. I bought so much stuff while I was over there. I could not stop myself. And we're not even talking about like, you know, obviously we ate out almost every day because I'm not gonna cook. We were in an Airbnb, so we totally could have cooked, but like, no one wanted to cook. And then, and just like, you know, and then like I had to switch out like the backpack that I had for my, sorry, no. I think I also ended up even having to buy like a carry-on because I bought so many dojins that were really heavy, that wouldn't fit into the suitcase because of weight limit. but you know, the generally carry-ons don't have a weight limit, so I just shoved them all into there. But it was, you know what, let's just say, like, it was a bit of a freaking nightmare going back to the airport. I mean, they have a I think a service where you can actually go ahead and send your luggage to the what's it called, to the airport, and I think even to like whichever flight you're on. But you know, it was still just hard. Yeah, you do. Yeah, no, I pretty much packed all of my dojins in my carry-on. That fucker was so heavy, and I was just like, this is never gonna work. Like, we're talking about, like, you know, I could put it up on top of the compartment, you know, where you're supposed to put it, but like, it was definitely a little bit of a struggle. Because I'm just like, no. It was worth it though. Sort of. They're all now just sitting on my bookshelf rotting. I mean, I've read them the best I could, but... The post office, really? Oh yeah, I think I saw that too, but I was like the problem though with like my stuff was everything was either really heavy or it was it was all like game related stuff, so like cute figures that you could only win in the crane games. There were a couple of Final Fantasy things, like, you know, Final Fantasy, really cute Final Fantasy like stuffed animals, or like a lamp, you know, one of those like sunlight, the thingies that like flap or whatever in the sunlight, you know, there were like a lot of that kind of stuff. So my entire like luggage was just fucking Tetris as best as possible. I actually my friend actually had some empty space and I had to put stuff in their suitcase too, just because everything was, because like obviously I'm also gonna keep all the boxes because I don't want it, like, you know, it might get crushed or something. And then on top of that, like, I also had to get stuff like for my what is it, my brother and his girlfriend also wanted some stuff, so I wanted to like get all of that too for them, but those were also like game related things, so more boxes, so so it was just it was a lot of stuff, like a lot. So like, what is it? For Japan, it was like a lot of material, like game related stuff, dojins, and other like cool knickknacks. When I went to Korea, it was a lot of clothes. Because Korea has like a lot of, I don't know if it's like cheap shopping. Oh man, I took everything back with me. Like I managed to actually Tetris everything after my trip from Japan, but it was rough, man. No, don't get me wrong. I'm actually taller than like standard Asian women even now. Why is my model freaking out? Stop it. Damn it. I keep telling myself I'll look into it, but I don't. I mean, there's just some weird problem with like the connection lagging really badly, and I don't know why. But anyways, there is a I'm sorry. When it's a chat stream, I can see like my own model like more face on, so now I can see how badly like it'll like start lagging to catch up. Anyways, am I Asian? I'm a constellation. I just wanted to make that stupid joke. I'm sorry. No, so I'm a little too tall, and I'm not fat or like super chubby, but I'm not like crazy slim. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, you know, nowadays there's a lot more like more bigger, portly. I don't know how to say it nicely. There's, you know, there are people who aren't like super stick skinny, but still a lot of like people were, because they walk a lot. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's honest. They all walk a lot, okay? So, yeah, more love. Shapely. See, are those good? Wasn't that a good pun? No, I mean, no. Let's just say like I'm not like stick skinny, okay? And and I was a lot taller. So actually, one of the biggest problems I ran into. So I went during more like winter time, and so obviously at that time they have like a lot of sweaters and like jackets and stuff out. None of them would. So like a lot of problems. One, they were too short. A lot of them were really short. Like if I bought a jacket, you know how it's like sometimes, or like a coat. I eventually had to buy a coat because it kind of got a lot colder than I had expected. And you know how it has like that, sometimes coats will have that little like, it's not like that drawstring or whatever to like tighten it around like your waist. Well, just imagine that part was not around my waist because I was so much taller. Or the biggest problem was every time I would buy anything or try anything on as best as you could at a place like that, the sleeves were too short because again they're like shorter than I am. But sorry, generally they're shorter than I am, so the sleeves would be too short, and you know it's like noticeably short. And then things like, I think my shoulders are obviously a little broader, so it would be like up higher and just yeah. Also, yes, I am back. Thank you. Welcome back as well. I mean, I didn't really... You know what? Some of those girls were really short. We're talking like really short. And like, I don't mean to be mean, but I think when I went, like, really loose trench coats was, I think, what was in style. We're talking about like really like loose, really long trench coats were in style. You know, generally like trench coats will be more shapely to kind of like fit your body, right? But it wasn't that. It was like the more loose ones that you don't actually, you know, really like tie together. I'm not short shaming. I was just saying that they were kind of shorter than, you know. Well, cause like it's weird because like it's not like everybody was really short, but like with like guys, because the guys weren't as short anymore, you know. But like the girls were still like kind of short, and I was like, this is weird. I thought usually like when one gets taller, doesn't the other one also get taller? Yeah, it's just maybe like imagine like the trench coat you'll wear to like, no one should ever do this, but flash someone. You know, like that kind of stereotypical trench coat. So that was really in, I think, when I was over there. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not trying to be mean, but there were so many girls over there who were really short. So you're right, like 5'2", you know, even 5'4". I still think is very 5'5". And they would wear that trench coat and it would basically go almost all the way down to their feet. Basically go almost all the way down to their feet. And it's not clothed, you know, like I said, it's not like shaped right to the body or whatever, so it's still really, so it's really loose. And it was just I don't know, it was the ugliest thing ever. What giggle? I giggled earlier? No. I mean, yes, I guess as a constellation, you know, I'm like vastly tall. But, you know, it's like, it's just, I'm probably more than thousands of miles tall, you know, but that's a secret or something. I think I had a number like way back when I first started, but I was just like, whatever. But yeah, it was just so ugly. And I'm not saying like the girl was ugly, right? Because, you know, technically like a lot of Asian girls are really, I don't know if it's a stereotype, but you know, they were all very like, try to be more like made up and stuff. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, because I don't generally do that. But it was just, yeah, I'm not talking about like the girls were ugly. I'm just saying like seeing that the shape of that trench coat so wide and open, and seeing it like literally go down all the way to this girl's, like, we're talking about like it stops at her ankle because she's short. It was just freaking ugly. I was like, what the hell? Why are you wearing that? That's way too long for you. It's way too like loose, and honestly, it looks horrible. It looks horrible from the back. It looks horrible from the front. Like, it just looked horrible, and I didn't understand it. But we are literally talking about, I'm not joking, like 90% of those girls are running around in that type of trench coat. It was so weird. I was just like, why? I was just like, why? You know, some of these girls are like, you know, also really like slim, and you know, like the type of slim where you can basically just wear anything and it'd probably look really good, except a baggy trench coat. The fucking baggy trench coat looked horrible. Like, it was just, I don't know. I'm not really like with fashion stuff. Like, I'm not good with fashion stuff. But it was really ugly, okay? It was just so fucking ugly. And I was just like, I don't understand. they were all just gonna flash each other. I don't know. It was the weirdest thing ever. And I'm really not lying when I said like basically anyone who was probably like in their their late teens to like their 20s was wearing that like trench coat thing. And I'm just sitting here like, why? Why you do this to yourself, girl? Why are you doing this to yourself? It was weird. And like the weirder part is obviously like, you know, there were still like, even though that was the main style that stores were selling, there were still like the normal ones that actually like go in a little bit at your waist so that it's a little bit more nicer fit, so that it looks nice. It's like aesthetically pleasing. But no, everyone wanted that big ass, like you just took it out of your dad's closet from like 50 fucking years ago and just slapped it on you, and he was like, yeah, it's good. I look so fucking good. But you know what? I've never understood people's fashions, okay? Like, I've never understood it, so I was just like, whatever. Okay, if I like stop talking or I make munching sounds, it's because I'm eating Jello. Well, fruit Jello. Like, I'm really not joking. It really looked like that. Like, they just took out. And, you know, like, yeah, I won't lie, when I was like a teenager, I also wore really bad clothing. For a while, I went through this weird phase where I wore like really, well, at the time that was kind of like the style, but like really baggy stuff. But you know, it doesn't look very good. Yeah, it's healthy Jello. It's the orange. It's the fruit cups that are but instead of being in juice, they're in gel. They call it gel, I assume, because Jello is probably trademarked. So it's got like mandarin oranges in it, and it's an orange gel. Just so we're all clear, gel. Oh god. I was the age of, I don't even remember, man. You know what the weirdest thing is? I mean, obviously, I'm having more and more trouble now, but I actually still wear a lot of stuff that I still used to wear in college. Just because, I don't know, the older I get, the more weirder fashion becomes, and I just find it, like, difficult to wear something that doesn't make me look fucking ridiculous. No, I don't have a problem with the orange flavor. I just have a problem with orange vodka. There's a very specific smell. So, like, I don't know. Fashion is always like this really weird thing. Either way, I did You can choke on Jello. It'll just pass eventually. Oh, you do? Me too, actually. I was trying not to say high school too, but I still have some of my high school clothing that I'll still wear. Yeah, that's what I keep telling myself too when I put on the pants and I'm like, no, I haven't gotten fatter. But it's okay, you know what? Actually, I haven't been... You know what? I actually think clothes shopping in Korea was actually the last time I went actually like clothes shopping. It was really hard not to because like in Korea there's just so many places that sell really cheap stuff. We're talking about like we are talking about like there were so obviously it was autumny wintry stuff. Oh shit, I've done that before too, where I'll be like, I should probably buy this one size bigger, but I'll just buy this one because it'll be okay. I'll make myself fit into the clothes and not the other way around. My mom says that a lot. She's like, you need to stop buying clothes that fit you, but you need to fit the clothes that you are like, something like that. It's funnier and I don't know. It was better when she said it. But yeah, Korea has like so many places where they would basically just mass sell like really similar, and by similar I just mean like I'm pretty sure they all get it from like a similar supplier or wholesale sweaters. And like we're talking about like they're actually pretty cute, decent sweaters. And the best part is they only costed, I think at that time it was probably roughly like $8. It was basically like manon, which is, if you do like a 1-to-1, it would be like $10, but obviously accounting for like shit, the currency exchange and all that bullshit. Anyways, it was about like $8 per sweater. And I don't know about you guys, but like clothes is really fucking expensive. Clothing is really fucking expensive. So $8 a sweater, I was like, holy fucking shit, you are kidding me. And like, you know, if we just ignore the fact that, you know, it doesn't quite fit perfectly on my shoulders and that the sleeves are a little short and that, you know, if it's like a slightly like shorter sweater, it doesn't quite go all the way, you know, like you have to be a little bit more careful and like pull it down better. If you just ignore all that, it's still $8 a sweater. So I was like, holy shit. I mean, I didn't even bother with pants or anything because I didn't really think I'd be able to fit many of them, or like there's no real place to try them on because I didn't go to like, it wasn't like a mall. Just imagine it's like an underground like shopping plaza like thing. So everything was like a lot cheaper. Yeah, no, like all that shit was so cheap. Like pants and stuff too were pretty cheap too. I mean, like they had slightly more, you know, things that would be like $60, maybe $100. But like just like the normal everyday wearing stuff was really cheap. And so I was like, holy shit, where the hell would I ever find an $8 sweater? And the best part, outside of Korea, it doesn't look like an $8 sweater. For example, I've worn them, you know, in the US, and no one has ever guessed that it's an $8 sweater. I mean, I'm sure in Korea people would know because, you know, it's like, oh, I saw that sweater, you know, earlier while I was going somewhere. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, I think they all go to the same wholesale or whatever, so it's like hard to miss like, oh hey, I've seen that sweater before being sold here, and obviously it's $8. Dude, I wanted to go to the sweater black market. There's actually a place you used to be able to go in Korea where you could actually just bypass the wholesale part and you go to the wholesale. Unfortunately, I think it's like starting to kind of get more run down. Is that the right word? No. Out of fashion. It's just you know, people don't go much anymore there. So, ouch. Ouch, on my own spit. Okay, sorry. But yeah, so unfortunately that place was just, it used to be a lot better, but I don't know if it's COVID or just generally like people kind of grew out of it. Honestly, I actually think the underground shopping subway plaza thingy that I went to isn't actually as prevalent either. Or it could be, I don't know. I didn't go to like a shit ton of them. So yeah, there's like there is a place, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it's somewhere in Dongdaemun. I think it's called Dongdaemun. It's like basically a place where like it was a giant wholesale, and and I think way back in the day it was also the place where you could go for like Western stuff, you know, because it's an Asian country, so but yeah, it's like a very like a wholesale like place, so you could buy other things, right? And I visited a long time ago, I think, and it was very much more bustling and very much like more people, but now it's like very much dead. That's mean to say, but it was definitely way less people kind of thing, you know. It's obviously very less glamorous. Actually, I was really surprised that, here's the thing though, right? So there's a really super touristy place called Myeongdong, where I'm pretty sure 90% of the people that go there are tourists. You can tell because, one, they look like tourists. Two, all of the shops there are basically shops that cater to tourists. So we're talking about like, you know, clothing shops that are slightly more high-ended than $8 sweaters. However, I will say though, I still saw some of those $8 sweaters there being sold for like $20, okay? For someone, I guess, that doesn't know or doesn't go to like the more outskirt areas. Lots of makeup places because, you know, the whole like K-beauty stuff. Lots of food places. That place was literally at night. I think it's mostly at nighttime. At nighttime, that entire street area is literally covered in just two rows of food stalls. I'm not joking you. It's just a bunch of food stalls. We're talking about like things like tteokbokki, sotok, which is like basically like sausage and rice cake, and then like you fried it or whatever. Fried octopus, egg bread, which I thought was really yummy. There's like pomegranate juice, like small slushy places, like there was like barbecued like eels and all this. There's just a shit ton of stuff like just all sold there, and like and there's a lot of like fusion stuff too now. So there was like a lot of like Vietnamese, like Korean fusion, or like Chinese and whatever, or like some more like American like stuff. So it was really cool. But that place is much more expensive. We're talking about like, I bought an egg bread there for, I think it was like 2,000, so that probably would have been like $1.50. And it is like the size of my hand, the size of my palm. So very small actually for $1.50. I mean, it's still nice because like obviously I can't get that really here in the States. But you know, it was a very, I guess like all of the people moved over there, basically. I don't know. That one had like more. You know what? Actually, what was really surprising about that place? There were actually a lot of places that I think they employ workers based on like what languages they can speak. So we're talking about like there are people outside the stores, you know, enticing people in like Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, English. For some reason, those were, I think, the main ones. Some stores even had things like posted outside of like, oh, today, you know, we have like an English speaker and a Chinese speaker in, like currently, so that like you would know. It was really weird and surreal and just weird. I mean, it was cool. Super expensive though. Why can't you just order crumble? You can order crumble, right? Hello. It was a really cool experience. Although I did hear that COVID basically like destroyed it. Because that's one of those places that basically thrive off of tourism. And then when you have no tourism because of COVID, all sad, all sad. My Jell-O. So, $20. A gallon of milk being sold for the price of 10. That's crazy. No, that was like one of the weird. So, I think one of the really surprising things about between visiting Korea and Japan was, I mean, first of all, my Korean is better than my Japanese, so I guess that's kind of unfair. But I feel like people in Korea spoke English much more than people in Japan. People in Japan almost spoke no English. Like, we talking about like, my friend went off on her own really quick. I think, while we were doing some like, I think we were doing like geeky anime weeb stuff, and she wasn't super interested, so she went to like a nearby bar like right outside. Apparently, even though like it was in, I think it was in, I want to say it was like Shibuya or Shinjuku, I don't remember. She went like when we all met up together, she was like, dude, I had the hardest time. She's like, I wanted to go to the bathroom. They couldn't understand a word I was saying. I was like, really? You know, because I mean, obviously I think finally she said the word toilet, which is probably like would register, but like they couldn't understand like anything she was saying, and I thought that was kind of weird. Whereas like I feel like it generally in Korea, but then again, I was able to speak more Korean than Japanese, but still. I don't know, it was kind of weird. You know, like, I think I've told you guys this before, but like one time we walked into like, I think it was a McDonald's or like a Moss Burger, and obviously we're all speaking in English, and we're looking at the menu and stuff. and I think that place was at like the giant, is it the Shibuya crossing? So you would you would kind of think that maybe some of the people that work there would speak a little bit more English, or they'd feel a little bit more confident, is what I should say, even if they do speak English. No, man, we walked in there, we were speaking English, and the person didn't say a single word to us. They just pulled out an English menu and just slid it over the counter to us. And I mean, it was okay, you know, because that's obviously more helpful than like me trying to like read off every single menu item, because I was the only one that could really like read like and obviously I can't read like difficult kanji and stuff like that. So, but like, you know, not even like an attempt to make communication, just put on out the menu, and I guess, you know, just go back to the whole like horrible like pointing to what you want sort of thing. It was really weird and surreal. That's true though, that's true. At least they can like kind of point you where to go. But I don't know, I just thought like, you know, in like more touristy areas they would hire more people, I guess, that could like speak English, or at least like understand enough. Because like that's what happened in Korea, like that super touristy area I was talking about. There were a ton of people like just calling out in different languages, like to come to their store, or like when you come in and they notice you like speaking Chinese, then like, you know, a Chinese employee would come over and help you out and stuff like that. So I don't think a German menu would help. But I don't think they would have German menus, would they? Also, I mean, technically, I think Korea is a lovely place to visit, even if North Korea is not a lovely place to visit. You don't have to deal with that part, but I mean, the capital is kind of close to the DMZ. I mean, like, closer than you would like, but eh. But yeah, I mean, we basically just... I think in Japan, basically we just relied on my, like, super elementary Japanese, and then Google Translate. And then in Korea, I was like a little bit more proficient in Korean, so that plus again like Google Translate when it didn't work out. So yo, I would have been super impressed if they did pull out a German menu though. That means that they're catering to everyone. You've always lived in a touristy island? Really? Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. And then like, although there is one thing that I think Japan did better than Korea at, which was, the tax thingy. I forgot what it's called. Fuck. The duty-free shopping like thingy mabobber. There were like large swathes of places. Actually, I think almost every place we went to where you could show them your passport and they would tell you that, you know, it's you would show your passport and basically they'd like give you your receipt, and like for some reason they would staple it onto my passport, which I didn't like, but you know, whatever, I guess I won't lose it. And they would either staple it onto my passport or like pass me like a little envelope with everything in it so that you could get all like the money that back from like any taxes that you paid, because I think they were trying to make it more tourist friendly. Whereas in Korea, there was like none of that. Maybe I just didn't go to... There wasn't as many of that, sorry, is what I should have said. Also, I think it was like harder at the end. I think like in Japan, you just like straight up like showed it and they were like, bam, here you go. In Korea, like I think I had to use this thing and I didn't quite understand it, and then like I had to scan things and I was like, this is making me nervous. Even though it's in English, I was like, this shit's making me nervous. So that's pretty cool. What is it? We went to my friends and I went to like this really small okonomiyaki place too. That was highly rated on Google. And it was super busy and it was raining. I totally messed up. I ordered the wrong thing, and like, so obviously for okonomiyaki you're supposed to like put whatever you want on it, but I was really tired and I guess like nervous that instead of just ordering something that was already pre-made, I accidentally picked the option to make my own, but I didn't make anything. So I ended up just getting like a super plain one, and I was just like, ah. I'm so dumb. And then on top of that, when we went to leave, it was raining, by the way, right? And so you put your umbrella in the front. We went to leave, someone took our umbrella. So we were like, okay, well, this white... Well, sorry, we didn't know, because a lot of people use like the cheap white, you know, the transparent white umbrella? That shit's cheap over in Japan. And you just buy it at the fucking convenience store. We took ours and we went back, and as we were walking back, we were like, you know, was this umbrella always this smart? Or like, it was like, is this like a little bit nicer and sturdier? And we were like, oh shit, it's like someone took ours and then we took someone else's, and we were like, shit. It was okay though. I think we actually ended up giving away the umbrella when we were going to like the next city, because it was raining and we didn't have time to like lug it around. And there was this sad couple. I think they were tourists too, but there was like this couple across the street, and I think the girl was upset that it was raining and like her boyfriend didn't have an umbrella, so we were just like, hey, you can have this one. I mean, she wasn't like upset, but you know, it was like the, oh no, I wasn't expecting it to rain sort of thing. And we were just kind of like over here like, shit, we have too much crap. Take this umbrella for us. So yeah. Yeah, that shit was cheap. I don't know why the stupid clear white umbrella over in the States is so stupidly expensive. But yeah, I always remember that sad okonomiyaki. I was always so sad about it. I was like, damn, I should have just ordered like the pre-made ones. I'm an idiot. It was still very fun though, and I will still say though, it was still yummy, even though it had like only the basic stuff. I'm talking about like it didn't even have sauce or anything, but just the basic post stuff was pretty nice. Oh shit, I'm out of water. Yeah, I don't understand why umbrellas over here are so expensive. I mean, I feel like in like Korea and Japan, we would just buy them and then accidentally leave them at the Airbnb because it wasn't a big deal. So I don't know. And like some of them were nice. Like I bought one. It might have been more. I think it was still under $10, but it was basically like one of those compact umbrellas, and it even came with a fucking case. And I was like, what? What? Oh, you know what was kind of expensive and overrated though? Crepes. Maybe I just didn't get a good crepe, but I'll get water after the story. We went to what is it? Harajuku? You know, the place where they have like a lot of the I think it's generally like Lolita and like goth Lolita stuff, right? And other like really pretty like people who dress in like that kind of stuff. There were a lot of crepes there, and we were like, oh shit, we totally gotta try it. And it sucked. It fucking sucked. It was really expensive, obviously, because that place is like semi-touristy as well, and that shit sucked. It was literally just like a crepe with whipped cream and strawberries on it. And I was like, the fuck is this shit? Like, and the worst part is like, I totally knew what I was ordering, but why did I think it would be more yummy or something? I was like, I was like, I am literally eating like a really thin pancake with fucking whipped cream and strawberries, and I fucking paid like a shit ton of money for it. I mean, sorry, what I would consider a shit ton of money for something so stupid. You're right, I should have done that. I should have put 2 straws in it and tried to go up to someone and be like, let's have an ultimate romantic time sucking out whipped cream from it. So we only went to the stalls ones. I think they had like 50 options, but like I think most of them were pre-made, and I didn't feel like saying that I wanted this and this, so I just got a pre-made one. Especially because right before that we went to like this weird ice cream store, and I suddenly got super anxious because like we're in a line, and even though it's like in a touristy place, again, they don't speak any English, and you're in a line, and like it's really fast moving because there's a lot of people, and I had no idea what it was, and the lady said, and like I tried to order, and the lady said something to me, and I couldn't understand what she was saying, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know. Like, so I just like panicked, and I ended up with like an ice cream cone, which is fine. It was just not exactly what I wanted, but it was like shit, I really wish I remember what it was. Basically, it's like vanilla. It's like a vanilla soft serve, but it has like fried, toasted, almondy, crunchy thingy on it. It was really popular. I really wish I knew the name of it, and I think it was like a small like chain in Japan. Fuck, I don't remember what it was called. But it was really, really yummy. Just, you know, I wanted the smaller, like, handheld version, not the giant ice cream cone version. Basically, it was like the soft serve, and like it's covered. You know how like we'll dip bars in like chocolate? This one was basically like covered in this like really like slightly sweet, crunchy, almondy like thingy. It was really, really yummy. But basically, you know, after having like that weird, anxious, panicky part there, I was at the crepe place. I was just like, just give me this fucking shit. And I was like, no more making. No decisions. My Japanese is not good enough right now. Man, you get nervous, you know? Because like the line is moving really fast. Nobody speaks English. They're all, even though it's like a slightly touristy area, I think at that time, like my friends and I were the only ones that were tourists in the line. So we were just like, we just saw people walking out with it. And we were like, oh, that looks good. So we went in. So. Silly, I know, but it was... So yeah, the crepe sucked. That ice cream thing was really yummy, though. I really wish I knew what it was called. Damn. I don't remember it, though. It was really, really yummy, though. Crepe, overrated, though. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I need more water. So... Ouch. One giant takoyaki, holy shit. Yo, I would like cry. I would have like cried if I saw that. Oh, especially since I actually don't super like the the taco part. I mean, I like it chopped, but not like big pieces. Anyways, yes, I will be right back to go get water. Okay. Hello, I'm back. Yo. Okay. Let me catch up first of all. Sorry, I also had to do a pet check to make sure like they were all still alive. One of my kittens always looks really, sorry, when he's not active, he always looks really sleepy and he's super sweet. I also came back with water and more jello. I'm sorry. Fruit flavored gel. Or something like that. Oh man. I did shake all of them. I mean, they all woke up when they saw me moving around, so I was like, yes. But I still like to like give them pets and stuff. Oh, no problem. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good rest of your day. Or night. Or morning. I don't know how time works. I'm a constellation. There's no time and space. What was I gonna say? You guys were actually talking about something that I really liked. One, I personally don't super like taiyaki either. Red bean paste is totally overrated, in my opinion. But, in Korea, and I assume Japan, I just didn't really see it in Japan. Because I went to Japan in spring, and I went to Korea in almost winter. Not quite winter, but almost winter. You know, people make it on the streets, right? And, holy shit. And obviously they sell different flavors now. It used to only be red bean paste, but now it's also custard is the favorite. I think sometimes, like, if they're doing really special, they have, like, where the batter is also, like, different flavored, like chocolate or something. But the custard one is always super yum. I mean, don't get me wrong. The red bean paste one is good, too, when it's, like, freshly made. Like, you know, you've watched them make it. It's super yummy. And the custard one is super yummy, and there's nothing better than just walking around like in the cold, like eating those. And they're crazy cheap. Well, by my standards, they're crazy cheap because again, we don't have those here. So like what? I don't even remember the prices, but like it was super crazy cheap. I think there was also in Korea they had something called like hodu kwaja, which is basically like a walnut cracker cookie kind of like thing, but basically just imagine like it's like a soft kind of like bread that's slightly crispy on the outside, and it's kind of filled with like pieces of walnut and like I think it's probably red bean with red walnut. And that shit is also really fucking yummy and cheap. Like, we're talking super cheap. So those two things were super cool. Making with chocolate filling. I think I saw that too, but I'm always partial to custard for some reason. I mean, it burns though, man. We're talking about like, these are really fucking hot. Like, you bite into it and you burn your tongue. But it's so yummy and worth it. That, along with, what is it? Another thing that I super liked was... Shit, what was it called? Gyudon! I can't be patient. I want it when it's warm, but also crispy. But I also am terrible at eating hot things. We're talking about, like, I'm the type of person that takes a sip of coffee and I burn my tongue for like the next 5 days. But yeah, gyudon was so yummy. I mean, I think it's called gyumeshi. It's called gyumeshi? I feel like I've totally told you guys this already, but there was like... You guys were talking about Yoshinoya, but I think ours was a Matsuya near us, which is another brand. And... I'm not joking. Every single day afterwards, we would stop by the so on the way we would stop by the konbini, pick up drinks, and then we would also stop. Okay, half the time we would actually go back to the Airbnb, you know, talk, chill, drink, And then for some reason, we would always go back out to go grab gyumeshi because that place is open 24 hours. So it was, man, it's really weird because it's like, on one hand, I was eating a lot over there, but on the other hand, I was also walking so much that I wasn't actually gaining weight or anything. But it was so good, and it was like relatively cheap, and one of the best things, you don't have to talk to anyone. It just has a, it has like an ordering thingy that basically prints out your ticket, and you just order what you want, it'll print out your ticket, and you just hand it to the guy at the counter. You literally don't have to say anything, because you pay at the machine. You don't have to say a single word to anybody. And some of them were in English. I mean, I could read the gist of, I can get the gist of it, but some of them have an English option. But obviously, we went so many times that we knew exactly where to click, regardless of what language it was in. So, I actually never went to Ichiran. I think my friends did a couple of times. But I ended up never going because I just kind of thought, and everyone don't get mad at me, just eating ramen there was just so shit, I had the word but I forgot. I just wasn't really interested in it, because it's like, oh yeah, well, it's Japan, so of course it's probably gonna be yummy. So I was like, I don't really want to go around seeking all the best ramen places or whatever. I was like, I want to go eat every fucking other thing in the world. Which apparently translated to fast food. Because I'm cheap. Oh, that's not true. I once went to a sushi place, though, which was really cool. And it actually wasn't as expensive as I thought it was. Because, well, the owner says it's because it wasn't in Tokyo. The owner was actually super, super nice. We were the only customers there because it was a weekday. And obviously, he doesn't speak English. So basically we all just kind of talked through my elementary Japanese, and everyone using Google Translate. Him included, he would talk in Japanese, and when it felt like we weren't understanding or he couldn't find a word, he would use Google Translate to talk with us. It was the best night ever, honestly speaking. It was very, very cool. I don't think I'll ever get to go back there because it was we just kind of happened upon it, and so we went there, kind of thing. And I don't even know if it's still open, because we're talking years ago, but it was super cool. And it's really weird because, in the beginning, we were super nervous because we're the only people there. It's, it's a really small storefront because it's Japan. I think that was Kyoto too. So, really small store, and we're all super nervous because we're not really sure what we're doing. And I think we got the omikase. And we're not really sure what we're supposed to be doing. And so the beginning of the meal was super quiet, where we would just kind of whisper to each other. And then towards the end is when we all went, when I think we started talking a little bit, and so we were talking, and he was like, oh my god, how'd you guys find out about us and stuff like that. He was really impressed with the J Rail Pass. For anyone that doesn't know, I think that's where the okonomiyaki shop was. Yeah, Kyoto was so cool. That's crazy. Yeah, the JR. So anyone that doesn't know, the JR Rail Pass is basically you can buy this pass before you go to Japan that lets you ride, I think, all of JR Rail companies trains. We mostly bought it to use the Shinkansen because I think basically we kind of worked out that we would basically be paying the same amount of money anyways, so we might as well just buy the pass just in case we wanted to go somewhere else using the Shinkansen. Which is by the way, the fast rail train thingy, the super fast thing. So we just ended up buying it, and I think we were just talking to him and like mentioning things, and I think we mentioned that offhandedly. Because what we did was we went to Osaka, and then we spent a couple of days there, went to Kyoto, spent a couple of days there, and then went over to Tokyo. And he was like, oh, you guys were visiting Osaka, how'd you come over? And we were telling him about the pass, and he was like floored, because it's not something that's offered to people. Yeah, like the amount of money that you would have to spend to like keep going around is actually pretty expensive. So like we basically all worked out, oh, the pass is actually almost the same price. And it has like the added bonus of like, if we wanted to use it to go somewhere else, we still can. Because it's not like you have to like, it's basically just like you have it kind of thing. So, well, for us, I think it was. So, Osaka was pretty nice too. I actually think, though, I liked Kyoto the best out of them. Yeah. Yes. Regular Japanese people can't use it. Because if they could, imagine the amount of money that they wouldn't be able to earn. As mean as that is, that's probably the reason. I think basically JR Rail does it kind of to help promote tourism. So basically he can't get one, and he's never seen one. I don't even know if they actually know about it, actually. The way he talked about it, I think made it sound like he didn't actually even know that it was like an actual thing. And it was really like cute. He really wanted to like, he asked if he could see it because I guess like he couldn't believe it and he wanted to know what it was look like. So we actually showed it to him, and he was very respectful about it. And it was very like, and he was like, wow, he was just like, this is insane. He's like, I would basically have to pay that amount of money that you paid to get from like, Kyoto to Tokyo and back, and like, and he's like, and you guys can just go on it like anytime kind of thing. It was super, super nice. I really loved that. Was probably like one of the best parts of the trip. He was just so like kind, so nice. It actually came out to be a lot cheaper than we thought, and like we wanted to like, and so we like mentioned that, and like I think we kind of we weren't like hinting, like I guess like hinting to kind of tip, and he was like, no, don't worry about it. He was like, I'll get, he was like, don't worry about it, I'll get the money that I can from other people. You guys just enjoy your vacation. And it was really wonderful. And he was just like, and by the way, if you ever go eat sushi in Tokyo, he was like, be careful because some places upcharge a lot. So it was super, super cool. I think he also mentioned, like, he told a little bit of his backstory. I think he used to train in Tokyo but decided to come over to Kyoto to open his own little shop. It was a lot of fun. Like I actually don't remember what my past looks like. It's been a while, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, just like, cause me too. I guess I didn't really realize that the rail pass wasn't something that Japanese people wouldn't really know about because it's tourist based. So it was really fun. It was really sweet. It was, man, I'm not gonna lie, that experience and just Kyoto was very nice. Was actually probably like the best part of the whole thing. Yeah, I mean all the nice weeby game stuff was good too, though, and all the BL. But I don't know, it was just, it's like just the surreal thing where we don't really super speak each other's language, but we're having this conversation. It was super cool. I actually think I only had like one bad thing happen. Yo, strawberry milkshake. Second best milkshake, regular milkshake flavor versus cookies and cream. Yeah, actually, I believe only people, you can only buy it if you don't live in Japan, I believe. And I believe if you're not like a citizen. So my friends and I actually we had to actually go to a Japanese travel agency, and we bought it through them. And so like we had to show them like, obviously like our passports and stuff like that. And then they gave it to us. right before and then obviously we grabbed it like I think like a week or two before we headed over. Yeah, so, and obviously, you know, it has like the dates of like when you can use it and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was well worth it. I think I do regret not having used it more because it is pretty expensive. I mean, it would have been also just as expensive if we just took the Shinkansen because obviously, you know, we went through 3 really big places. We also, oh, I completely forgot. We also used it to stop by Nara too, to go see the deer. And I mean, not just the deer, but a bunch of other stuff. Nara has like the shikas, you know, the one like the really aggressive ones that take cookies out, or the crackers out of your hands. What is it, the senbei or something like that? So we're pretty okay. Chew first, then talk. It was pretty worth it. It was a lot of fun. You've never been? It's really surreal. First of all, those deers are really aggressive. No, that's exactly what it feels like. The deers, like, as soon as they notice and see you buy the crackers, they are all over you. Like, holy shit, they are all over you aggressively. I mean, they're not like biting you, right? But they're like nudging you. One actually like kind of like grabbed a little bit of my my bag strap and like pulled me a little. And I was like, oh my god, just wait. Oh damn, it was really cool. We basically just spent, I think, a day or two. I think it was a day. It had to be a day trip, unfortunately. We basically just went there feeding the deer and checking out a bunch of shrines and temples there. It was very, very beautiful, very peaceful. But yeah, it was like, and obviously, you know, most of the deer are aggregated at like the beginning of the area. And a lot of people are just sitting around selling the senbeis and stuff. They're really aggressive. They will actually do the bowing thing. They have learned to do that, where I think like if you like bow or something, they'll also bow and then you give them a thingy. But it was crazy. I felt really bad though, because like the further back you go, there are obviously less deer, right? But there are still some deer. And so we finally actually got to a place where there were only like a handful of deer. I'm talking about like maybe like 5 if even, and not even like all super near each other. They were just in like that general area, and I felt so bad because there was no one selling crackers there, and I only had like 1 cracker left, and I was like, but I want to give it. And the deers in the back were so much nicer. Like, it was much more patient, you know, and it took it like much more gently, and I was like, what the fuck? I got tricked by those aggressive deers in the front into giving away all my crackers when I just had to walk like 10 minutes down and there's like nicer ones everywhere. I was like, fucking damn. It would have been worth the 2 hours, man. I was really upset. I was super upset. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, why aren't there any fucking people selling crackers here? I don't know why I think it's a good idea to put Jello in my mouth when I'm inhaling. I keep accidentally like eating a spoonful of Jello while I'm inhaling. Man, not even nice deers can get ahead in life. So sad. But it was really nice. It was really pretty. It was also kind of like weird. Not weird, but you know, obviously it's like a vacation-y area, I guess maybe is what I should say. But you know, there's people who just live around there, and I don't know why. I can breathe Jello, I promise. Just watch me. And as we were kind of walking around, you know, obviously because it's a weekday, there was actually like, for some reason, I don't know why we all like really, it's not like we focused on it, but we just happened to watch like this guy who looked probably about our age, you know, obviously in a suit because Japan is still very proper. like he was just in a suit, and I guess it was just like his lunchtime, and he just came out there, and we just watched him because we were taking a break and like drinking stuff like on a little wall, water drinking, and we just watched this guy come out, and he just bought a pack of crackers, and he just calmly fed a bunch of deer, and we were just like, this is. Can you imagine just like being like, all right, I'm gonna go to lunch, and you just walk to this park. And you can just fucking buy these crackers for these deers and you feed them before you go feed yourself. We're just like, that would be so cool, I think. Then you could feed the nice ones in the back. Just so upsetting. I was so upset. No, we were drinking water. During the daytime, we only drink... That's a lie. We also drink a lot of milk tea. We drank a lot of milk tea while we were there. Like a lot. I think I told you guys, I think my favorite milk tea in the end was the Keating brand from the afternoon tea. But the best bang for your buck was the Lipton brand one. So yeah, right? We were just kind of like, man, I wonder if that's like, it's like soothing, right? Like you have a hard day at the office, and so you just go out and you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna just feed some of these deers. And you just feed them calmly. While you're feeling all super stifled, and then you're like, all right, I guess I'll go get my lunch. Bye, deers. It'd be super cool. You know, in the city, obviously you don't have a lot of green area. At least, okay, so I live in the city, so there's not that much green area. And obviously there's no wild deer running around. Maybe, like, pigeons, yeah, but, I mean, pigeon feeding isn't as fun. I mean, I'm sure it could be, actually. My friend did show me pigeon feeding, I think, on her trip to, I think... Yeah, my friend went to Puerto Rico, and there was, like, a place where you could feed pigeons. And it was wild. Wild in the sense of, like, there was a lot of... So, obviously, you know, she was taking pictures. Every picture that passed by would have more and more pigeons. Like, we're talking about the fucking pigeons are, like, perching on her shoulder, her arms, and stuff. I mean, and they're all being, you know, they're not, like, trying to, like, eat her or anything. Well, she didn't mention that they were, so... A little... I guess it'd be like hectic, like feeding the deer at the beginning of the park. Man, those deer. Yeah, lots of fun. I think we basically spent all of our time in like Osaka and Kyoto doing like touristy outdoor things. And then, well, technically constellations live over the Earth. Sort of. Kind of. But yeah, yeah, and then we spent like all of our time in Tokyo just doing like normal life, non-touristy things. Okay, that's not true. I mean, that's not true. I mean, like, obviously we went to go see Shibuya Crossing. We went to Akihabara because we were weebs. Most of us, sorry. Oh, I did a lot of Square Enix going. Like, I went to art. I think it's called Artna. It's like the little cafe that's near the Square Enix headquarters in Shinjuku. We went there. That's the place where you can get, like, you know, like Square Enix inspired drinks and stuff. And you can buy some merchandise. I went to the actual Square Enix cafe just to buy things, though, not to like actually sit there and eat, because one, they were doing like some kind of anime like event at that time, so it was super busy. And two, it was super tiny. Like, the amount of space, man. It's crazy. There's like almost none. We did not go to the robot show. We went to the Monster Hunter Cafe though because it opened up, I think, like that year. That was amazing, by the way. It has a sequel? Yo, it's medieval time. Hello! Hello, it's been a really long time. Welcome back. I hope you've been okay, doing well. Dude, Monster Hunter Cafe. It was so cool. It was so good. So, Monster Hunter World, I think, had just released that year or the year before that. I thought you were a squirrely friend. But yeah. And so they opened, obviously, up a theme cafe in... You know, I think that one was also in Shinjuku. Maybe. I don't remember. Either way, we went there and it was super cool. All of like the themed foods. They had some of like the weapons like hanging on the wall. You could play if you wanted to at the front. I mean, it was a really small area, again, because it's Japan. But it was super cool. You could buy merchandise. Like, I bought a Zora Magdaros plush. And obviously, there was a girl who was dressed as the, shit, what was her name? The girl that helps you out. What was her name? What do they call her? Shit, I don't remember. It was a long time ago. It was really cool. We stuffed ourselves like there too. So I think actually once we made a reservation and went, and then we went again just like without making one, and then we tried to go a third time without making one, but that one was no dice. It was super cool. There was a lot of like really cool foods. It was like super yummy. The guy, the handler. There was someone who was dressed like the handler from World. You know, just cute petite girl, just wearing handler outfit. I can't remember if the staff was wearing, not like Palico outfit, but just like a shirt like that was like, that had like the Palico paw print, but oh, hello, my little wayward child. But it was super neato. And like, also really surprisingly, a lot of that food was really, really yummy, actually. I forget what I had. But you know, like there's one where it's basically, you know, like that meat that you eat when you cook it. But like it was like in a mini iron skillet. That one, and it had like a sauce on top of it. That one was really, really yummy. There were a lot of obviously drinks. There was one drink that with like the with the little fireflies in it. Like they had the like little frozen cubes with LED, like green little lighting LEDs so that it looked like the fireflies. That was super, super cool. Super cool. That was really fun too. Oh, which totally reminds me, we also went to the Eorzea Cafe, which is Final Fantasy 14, by the way. That one has been there for I think much longer. I think the Monster Hunter one opened up like not too long before we went, and then the Eorzea Cafe though I think has been there for quite a while. That one you also have to like make reservations to go. And it was really weird because like I couldn't find a good way to make them online because it didn't really have like a very English friendly one. Like, you know, like where I don't have to put in a phone number because I don't have one at the time and stuff like that. But for some reason, I think it was at Lawson's, there are machines that you can use to make reservations at things like that. And so we just went to Lawson's instead and made our reservations through there. So yeah. So that's how we got to go. Unfortunately, no, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, you too, me too. 14 is a game that I keep telling myself I'm gonna try to get into and I just can't. And we talking about like, I've tried multiple times. But yeah, the 14 one. So I should mention, the 14 cafe, It's yours. I think it's technically called Eorzea Cafe because that's the name of the continent. I am also super happy. That one, basically, you get stamps for everything that you order, and once you reach a certain number of stamps, you get like an item. It's a lot of fucking stamps, okay? And so obviously we got like a little stamp booklet. One of the thingies, I believe, was like a little I forget what they were, but they're kind of like, imagine like a coaster, but much bigger and not made out of paper or cork. And it has, I think, like important characters from Final Fantasy 14 on it. And obviously one of them is a Moogle. I'm pretty sure it was Good King Moggle Mog. Good King Moggle Mog is a good King Moggle Mog, okay? He's a king of Moogles, alright? And I was like, I really want that. But we were talking about, like, I think you had to order 150 items? It was a huge amount. And so what we did was we sat there, and so there they just give you a tablet. It's same with the Monster Hunter World, by the way. By the way, they just give you a tablet that you can order off of, and then they just bring you the food. I don't think any of us have. That was probably like, we ate a lot. We ate and drank so fucking much there that, like, by the time we left, every single one of us felt awful because we had eaten and drunken so much. Like, we filled ourselves up because obviously all the food is like Final Fantasy themed, and so we were super excited about this because we've either all played Final Fantasy or like tried to and stuff, so like we know most of it. So we ordered a shit ton of food. We actually ordered enough to almost make the first stamp. Like, I think the first like the stamp card is like basically broken up, I think, into like sections or whatever. We almost made it to the first, like, you know, little one big stamp. I'm just telling you, we ate an insane amount. On top of that, the Eorzea Cafe, when you walk in, they give you these little lottery tickets for something called Cactopot. Cactopot is... it's a lottery. It's a little lottery game in 14. But in this one, basically, like, if your number gets called, you win prizes. And I think it's like, there's like a third... it might be 1 to 5 or it might be 1 to 3. And so each one has, like, you know, each session of food has one. Me, I'm doing okay. A little under the weather, but I'm also very happy to see you back. Like, I can't remember a lot of the prizes. I think the second prize was like a Final Fantasy VII like mouse mat or something like that, and some pins, which would have been super cool. Like, I think it was like a cactar and stuff. The first prize is this super awesome honey toast ice cream dish. It's a dessert, okay? It was a dessert. It looks very beautiful. That was first prize. Guess who fucking won first prize? Our table. We fucking won it. So each person actually gets a ticket. It's not per table. So basically, you know, we were table 4, which means we have 4 chances. And we won it. We fucking won it. And we were like, you know, when they called it out, we were like, ah! And like super excited. Here's the problem. It's food. It's this really cute, it was like basically like an ice cream that looks like a I believe it looked like a Moogle on top of like this honey toast surrounded by like gold little coins, like chocolate gold coins, with a with like this little cute like cactar shaped like wafer. It's the cactar that's in charge of Cactopot. It was fucking insane. Problem is, like I said, it's a dessert. No, you don't understand. By the time they brought that out, so they were like, hey, it's gonna take a bit of time for us to make this, so you know, we'll bring it out when it's ready, like towards the end. We're like, yeah, cool. We ordered a shit ton of food and drinks. Like we were literally constantly ordering, where we were just like, I bet that the waiters are just like, whoa, seriously? Those guys are ordering again? Sort of thing. Not like in a bad way, but in like, holy shit. So by the time that the winning dessert, first prize dessert came out, we were all like so full we wanted to throw up. But obviously it's like first prize, so, and we were so fucking excited about it that I mean, like, I'm pretty sure all of us tried to like indulge in it, but like I was like forcing myself to eat it, because I mean, we ate pretty much, I think, all of the ice cream, like the top part of it, like the more decorated part of it, and then and then we the honey toast part we actually couldn't eat a lot of, mostly because we are talking about like, it's like a mini loaf of toast, or bread. It's a mini loaf of bread, and only like the very, like, only imagine like the top 1/4 of it is like filled with like honey and whipped cream and like other stuff. The rest of it is just fucking bread. The rest of it is just fucking bread. So we only ate the part that was like, you know, that had stuff on it and loved the bread. We barely ate any of the chocolate coins. And the best part, I'm so sorry. The best part is, so I think I mentioned that there was like this, there's a giant cactart wafer on it. And we were all debating whether it was edible. It looked really edible, right? It looks like that edible type of wafer that you use, and like they just, and it was just green, you know, like they just dyed it green and stamped on like a food edible like ink on it that looks like him, right? After we all decided it was edible, my friend took a bite of it and was like, guys, it's not edible. And so we were just like, we were like dying laughing, because we were just like, oh my god, the waiters are gonna come by, see the like decorative cactar wafer with a bite taken out of it, and be like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, Jesus, all the food that they ordered wasn't enough. They wanted to eat the decoration shit too. Oh, it was so hilarious. It was, I mean, don't get me wrong, we all laughed about it so fucking hard. And we were just laughing like hysterically. It was just but yeah, so it was a really great time. We couldn't hit any of the big like ordering marks, unfortunately. And afterwards we actually just we just kind of like aimlessly walked around and sat around because we were so fucking full. We were just like, guys, if we have to walk too much, I'm gonna throw up. So we just kind of like found a place like nearby and just spent some time trying to like digest. It was crazy. It was just way too much. It was, holy shit, it was so much fun. I really want to go back again. I don't think, I feel like my stamp card probably isn't good anymore, but shit. I want to go back and do that all, I would do that all over again. Like, eat until I'm about to barf, and then just, man, shit, it was so funny. It was great. And it's okay. I'm also not very on Discord. Adulting is very difficult. But I'm glad that you still were able to make it here. And I'm happy to see you too. So, you made my day. I hope we can make your day a little bit better too. It's just like Paris says. Anyways, guys, it was amazing, okay? Everyone needs to go do that. Just go find the event cafe that you love so much you were willing to stop yourself until you die. I mean, not die, but until you literally want to explode. It was a lot of fun. You know what we couldn't do, I realized though? We couldn't go to the Ghibli Cafe because we didn't think ahead in time. I think we were like supposed to make reservations before we left, but we totally forgot to. And you know, you're not gonna make it. I don't think we would have made it there. I think I checked it, or like my friend did, and yeah, there was like no, nothing. But I would totally say that though, the Eorze Cafe is really worth going to, even if you don't really play 14. If you just kind of like Final Fantasy or like game stuff, because like since like that cafe is much more set, I think technically, in the sense of like it's been there for several years. They have a lot of really cool stuff there. Like there's a lot of really cool 14 showcase stuff. The part that I love the best is in the middle. There's a bunch of Moogles, and they're all getting like they're all drinking. Let's just say that, and playing instruments and stuff like that. So, and I fucking love Moogles. So like, it's super cute to see, you know, and it's super cool to see all of like the 14 stuff. Even though I wasn't like super into it, just like seeing it and like being able to recognize some of it. And then obviously with every I actually think it's with every item that you order, you actually also will get a coaster, because you know Japan is really big on that. We got a bunch of now that I think about it, yeah, we got a bunch of coasters at Artnia, which is the Square Enix cafe, the actual Square Enix cafe, like near their headquarters. We also got a bunch of coasters at Monster Hunter, you know, with different monsters. And then and then the 14 cafe obviously also gave us a bunch of coasters. And all of them are pretty much like you get one as you order sort of thing. Oh, you don't have to serve me. You can just be happy and live happily. That would be makes me the happiest. I've said happy too many times. As if happiness is that easy. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just feeling tired. Life is tiring, as you might have noticed from my thingy. Hey, if you don't want to go to a country to puke, like, so you can eat so much to puke, why even bother going to another country? The rabbit ear Moogles? Oh, you mean like the Moogles from like 12? Final Fantasy 12, I believe, has them. Like the slightly more elongated ones. I still think they're cute in their own way, but I don't think they're as cute as the original Moogles, is how I feel. Like, I definitely do think they're cute, but like, you know, 6 Moogles are really cute. What is it? My favorite is probably the ones from 14, actually. They're just like the perfect amount of kind of small, a little bit chubbies, really furry, and they're just so cute. So I actually think 14 has the cutest Moogles, in my opinion. My favorite monster in Monster Hunter World, obviously, it's the Sorry for anyone that doesn't know, that's the music that starts playing when you get invaded by this piece of shit monster named Basil Juice. He always fucking comes around and just fucks your shit up and then that song suddenly plays and you're just like, no! You were literally just like, no! Okay, but I mean, honest, my honest favorite one is probably Glavenus, though. I just think he looks so cool, and like that thing he does, what is it? The sharpening his tail thing. I just think it's so cool, but I'm not gonna lie, Basil Juice is definitely like grows on me. But I mean, I would just like remember like it's not stress, but like the annoyance, like as soon as you start hearing that music and you're just like, oh my god, no, and it just swoops by and drops all of his stupid fucking scales. And it just fucking wrecks your shit while you're in the middle of doing something. Ugh. Oh yeah, my dino park. We went out of business. I think I like the blue one. I think that's the normal basil, not basil. I think that's the normal glavinus. Right? I'm pretty sure that's normal glavinus. I have to look this up now. It's been a while since I've played glavinus. No, I can spell it right. Glavinus. like the more like the normal one, I think, is the one I like. Acidic is grayer? Yeah, so then it's the normal one. I like the normal one the best, probably. I just thought it was like, so obviously, like I've said before, or well, for anyone that doesn't know, I haven't played any Monster Hunter before Monster Hunter World. So, you know, like, even though seeing all like the other ones were like super cool, like all the OG ones and stuff, and like seeing them reintroduced, I was like, glavinus is so cool. There was one more monster that I really liked too. Shit. I think it's from Iceborne. I don't remember its name though. But yeah. It was super cool. Tillis? I don't think I know that one. I think the last one I super remember was... It's been a super long time though. Either way, I had a lot of fun with that game. What was the ice one? There was one in Iceborne that I also really liked too, a monster, but I don't remember its name, so oh well. Either way, super cool. It was a lot of fun. No, not Volcano. It was like I think it was like a really furry one. Is it Bariath? No, Bariath is the piece of shit wyvern one. I think it was Bonboro. I think he's like the really big one that kind of looks like a giant goat like thing. I'm sorry, you love Bariath. I mean, I think he was really cool, but he was such a bitch to fight though in the very beginning, because he's so fucking fast and he just fucking goes everywhere like that one in whatchamacallit. There was like there was a monster almost just like him in just regular world too, where they just super like, you know, go crazy, like skid across the fucking map, just slap you with his tail. If I break his legs, yeah, like what is it? So I only played Switchblade, Switchaxe. Sorry, it's Switchaxe. That's not true. I played sometimes, very sometimes. I would play I think the bow when I had to do like long range. But I was always Switchaxe, which is like kind of slow. I mean, it's like more mobile when you can get it into the sword version, but it's like super slow in the axe version. So like that kind of shit for me was just like, no. Nothing like fucking busting out my axe only for him to jump halfway across the map, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And yeah, and like, I'm the type of person where it's like, sometimes I just won't put the weapon away. I'll just fucking roll all the way over to him only to get like slapped back to where I started. I'm just like, mother, you piece of shit. I use the actual bow. I think I might have done the light bow gun. Is that just regular bow gun? It was a long time ago. Man, that was such a fun game. I really missed it. I don't know why I didn't play Rise. Yeah, so yeah, so those were the two, I think. The light bow gun or the bow, and then Switchaxe was basically like my main, by which I mean I did like 95% of my hunts with, and then Great Sword was like my other one. Rise is way too fast. Man. I mean, like, I played the demo for Rise, and I just it just didn't feel as good as World did. I think is like the best way I can describe it. Like, it was fun, but it just didn't feel as smooth as like World. So I was kind of just like, you know, I'll get into it later. Yeah, and I wasn't very like excited about. I wasn't very like into the whole wire bug thingy. It was. I mean, yeah, I guess since it was the demo, I wasn't like meh. But yeah, I don't know. It just definitely did not feel as smooth as World did. Like, Worlds just felt so like very smooth. Like, all the transitions were very nice. But Rise was like janky. I think it's the best way to describe it. And like the worst part is, I was playing with my friend for the demo, right? And my friend was like, no, you don't understand. This jankiness is normal for Monster Hunter. You know, Monster Hunter World was weird because it was so smooth and like there was a lot of quality of life stuff. And I was like, what? It was like, yeah, most of the Nintendo ones are all just fucking weird and janky. And I was like, what? But why then? Why wouldn't they just keep going with what they were doing with World? But yeah. You liked Rise more? Oh, I mean, it's got the I do like Rise because it's got the the doggy. You can have the Palico and the doggy. I forgot what the dog was called. Palico and the doggy. I mean, that's pretty. I'm not gonna lie, that makes it pretty good, but still. Monster Hunter with Subnautica monsters. I would actually totally play a Monster Hunter underwater. Would I? Everyone hates underwater levels, but still. But underwater monsters are so cool. Okay, Dark Souls jankiness is a little bit different. Really? I also heard, what is it? Another quality of life was like the whetstone is infinite use and you don't have to keep making them. Can't you ride the dog? I actually don't remember a lot about the dog. I just know it's like you can ride it. And it was really cute, and it had a bandana. Who doesn't fucking love a dog with a bandana? Really? You thought the hub was too big? My favorite part of the hub was running around afterwards trying to find Poogie. I'm not lying, by the way. After every hunt, and before on every hunt, I ran around looking for Poogie so I could hug him. Or carry him to a nicer place if he was like in a weird, like, you know, off corner place. I would like take him to like sometimes like a nice sunny spot, a nice like, you know, other spot. I fucking love Poogie. I also loved finding his outfits. Oh man, I love Poogie. There's a Monster Hunter with underwater combat. Which one? It wasn't in World, right? For sure, I think. Unless you're talking about that stupid one inside the mud pits area. I hate that one. Okay, yeah, I didn't think there was one in World. I can't imagine janky Monster Hunter control with underwater monster. Really? My favorite part of Monster Hunter is 1, super cool armors that you can make. 2, Poogie. 3, Meowscular Chef. Meowscular Chef is beautiful, by the way. I love Meowscular Chef. Monster Hunter Tri-Ultimate. Is Tri-Ultimate the one before World? With Monster Inc. monsters, but they're nice monsters. What is it? World Meowscular Chef. Fuck, I loved Meowscular Chef. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I only stopped watching him cook towards the end of my time in Monster Hunter. If I wasn't like in a rush to like go play, like for example, because like my friend went into the mission faster for some reason when we were playing together, I would always watch Meowscular Chef cook for me because he's so cute. Oh, the one before was For You or GU. The weird thing is I've heard of Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate. Because like I said, I have a friend that likes Monster Hunter a lot. And so they were really like, so once they saw like World was on PlayStation, which is like the console that I love the most, they were like, we need to play this game together. And I was like, okay. And it was so great. It was really good. I really loved it. I really love it. It was Meowscular Chef, the Palicos, with all of their little, what is it? My Meowsters and stuff like that. Oh, I love it. All the super cool people, like the who's that really cool who's that one really cool hunter that's wearing like armor all the time and you never see his face? Man, that guy was so cool. I loved it. And then obviously, I've already said this, but Poogie. I love Poogie. I mean, why doesn't every game have a Poogie? He's just this adorable little pig. Oh yeah, and Rise, they make Dango, right? Or something. I don't think I watched them make that, now that I think about it. I don't even know if it was available in the demo. Was Poogie in the demo for Rise? That was so long ago. I only remember it being really janky, which isn't good. I only remember Rise being really janky and the dog, in addition to the Palico. And me being like, there's a dog, there's a dog, there's a dog, there's a dog. Hey. What is it? Cute things are a great reason to play games. That's why I play a lot of games, actually, because I see something cute. For example, Rain World is on sale. And I always want to play it, even though, 1, I'm terrible at platformers, and 2, it's really sad. Because that little slug cat thing it's just so fucking adorable. That slug cat thing is so fucking adorable that every time I see it, I'm like, I want to play that game, even though I know it's really sad and it's super hard and it's a platformer. And I fucking hate platformers because I'm terrible at it. I put Poogie in the little, what is it called? What is it? The little fluffy, the fluffy like ram one. I loved putting him in that one. I don't know, I just thought it was cute. I mean, I love him in his normal PJ, like the striped one. I actually crocheted a little Poogie because I was so excited. I crocheted a little Poogie with like wearing the normal default outfit. I really wanted to crochet Poogie wearing the fluffy ram sheep one, but I got lazy. So me with cat ear emojis? I don't know. Aren't cat ears overrated? Yeah, Rain World, it has the slug cats. They're really cute, but the game is really sad. It's actually super sad, I think. Because it's like, I think in Rain World, it's like dystopian and destroyed, and it rains, obviously, so much that like the world floods. So the slug cats have to like go to safe places. But I believe in Rain World, one of the slug cats like falls off for where his family is, and they unfortunately have to leave him behind. And so you play, I think, the one that got left behind, and you're trying to find your family again. It's fucking sad, man. It's so cute. It's just this harmless, defenseless little slug cat, and it's just... I did crochet a Poogie. It's not the best. I really should have like made his like jumper like a separate piece, but I was really lazy, so I didn't. I mean, it's not really so much a Poogie as much as it's a pig. It's a tiny piggy that just is wearing Poogie's jacket. Or not jacket, but the little night stripey thing. You know what I'm talking about? His outfit, his default outfit, the little like blue pink thingy. I mean, you know. Same difference. It is sad. Rain World, by the way. I mean, it probably ends happy. It better end happy. But like the beginning part of it is kind of sad. So I always like hesitate whenever I see it. Oh my. It has already been 2.5 hours. I didn't realize. I was actually like really debating what to stream, which is why the stream got put up so late. Because I was like, I don't really feel like playing a game. Wait, you can tame this up, really? But Slugcat, you gotta protect Slugcat though. But yeah, but I was like, you know, I was like, I don't really feel like playing a game. Or like there wasn't a game I guess I felt like playing is probably what I should say. Initially I was just gonna play Resident Evil, but I moved my PS4 to the my PS5 to the living room, and I didn't feel like moving it back into my room where my PC is. So I was like, I don't feel like playing Resident Evil 4. But like, I realized the amount of time I spent thinking about what I should do or play, I probably could have moved it in and out like 50 times. Okay, I mean not 50 times, but like 10 times. And so in the end, I was just like, you know what? I'll just chat about how tiring life is, as you can tell from the title. And I was like, I'm probably, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like coming into this, I was like, man, I don't have anything to really talk about because nothing's going on in life except allergies and weird illness that comes and goes. But I was like, it's okay, I'll just like chat for an hour and then I'll just be like, all right guys, I gotta go, kind of thing. But now I'm like, fuck, it's already been 2 hours and 30 minutes. Where does the time go? I mean, I'm gonna say though, it's probably because you guys are so active in chat that it makes it way easier. That is right, you're right. Chat is here to chat. Well, it's just, you know, some people have like a much more quieter chat, you know, like a chat that just kind of likes to lurk, and there's nothing wrong with that. But generally, like when you have a lurking chat, it means that then, you know, the streamer or whatever person has to like think of more things to talk about. Whereas with me, it's like, you know, I can say things and then you guys are very active and add extra stuff, which means then I can keep adding stuff. And it's, you know, it's not just me sitting here being like, so... yes, that happened. And just being generally awkward. Like I am when I don't know how to carry a conversation. Because, by the way, I don't actually know how to carry a conversation. Like, I am very bad at it. I've been told that I'm actually... It's really weird, but like, when I don't have to do long conversations... No. I've been told both. Like, they're like, I'm surprised at how like sociable you are, and I was like, really? Me too. And then other times people are like, yo bro, could you like just not stop mid conversation? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're just like, I'm saying things to you and you respond in like ways that make it hard for me to continue the conversation. I'm just like, oh. That is true. The trick is to not try. That's also true. You guys also do keep adding things to extend the time. Don't think I'm not onto you guys. I am, sort of. Also, you know what? I'm just gonna look this up. A crumble party pack is... Let's just, yeah, sure, whatever. No, just, okay. I'll just say pick up. I totally didn't download the app so that I could look at it. We're gonna answer this question. A crumble party pickup is... A party box is 12 cookies. Fuck. Yep, so party box is 12 cookies. Yeah, because it's 3 rows of 4. So, yeah. 12 cookies. I've managed to finish 1 party box because I shared it with a friend. And it still took like a week. Stream forever, no way. I would get so tired and I would die because my voice is dying and I keep coughing because I've run out of water again. Slug cats are cuter. I don't know how I'd feel about a slug cat with a snail with like a little shell on the back. I wrap the cookies up and then I put them in my fridge. Yeah, so I think if it's not super hot, which now it is, I'll just wrap up each cookie or put them like in a container and I'll just put it in my fridge and I'll just eat one every day. I'll try to eat one every day. It doesn't go well. Sometimes. I was trying to think of a good percentage that didn't make me look bad, but I couldn't think of one. I mean, well, I don't know. There's just something about the cookies, though, that I think after they've been in the fridge for too long, they taste weird. It might just be me, though. It could just... Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I also don't, I also try not to leave them in the fridge for too long because I'm that type of person that, I'm the type of person that puts leftovers in my fridge and they get pushed to the back of the bottom. They get pushed to the back. And, I find them like 2 months later and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about these. I don't think you can keep them out all the time because like some of them have frostings on them. For example, when they were doing the lemon bar one, I left a lemon bar cookie out for like 3 days and it got kind of warm and it tasted, I could probably still eat it, but I could tell that it tasted slightly off. The lemon on it probably was not really curdling, but you know, it tasted slightly off. I probably wouldn't have died or anything, but I mean, I'm the type of person that eats really old things, as long as it's not moldy. I also use, I also use medicines that are really old because just because they're old doesn't mean that like, you know, they're bad. It just might not be as, what's it called? It just might not be as effective. I mean, it's not like crazy hot. It's just, you know, it's like 70s in the house. I keep it at 76 now. But I still feel like it's probably that's probably still too warm for it. Yeah, definitely. First of all, so yeah, I keep my house around 76, so it's still probably a little bit warm for things to be left out. Wait, excuse me. Can we at least agree that I'm doing better by putting 76 instead of 70? That's crazy. Okay, here, I will relent and say that like when it gets really, really hot, I'll leave it at 75 for a couple of days. But then like I'll move it back up to 76 because I get cold easily. 70, 72? But don't they say that like for peak energy efficiency 78 is actually the best? Right? Like peak efficiency like for energy is 70, keeping it at 78 and then like 68 for like heater. So that's so true. We're talking about the best AC temperature. I mean, I won't lie. Lately, I feel like, obviously, like in the past couple of years, I feel like, okay, maybe 78 is a little too warm. And now I'm also thinking maybe 76 is also a little too warm. I don't know. Whenever like this conversation happens to come up, no one keeps it as high as me. And everyone always seems to balk when I tell them what temperature my house is. Like, they're just like, why? I mean, I actually don't care about the $10. I mean, I probably should, but I think it's more just like a... I think I've told you guys, right? The reason why I keep it so high is because one time, we're talking about like a super long time ago, when I was still just a wee little constellation and I lived with my parents, the AC broke once during summer. And for some reason, specifically, my mom didn't think it was a problem. And so 78 was super cool for us. Because like if the natural temperature managed to drop down to 78, it felt wonderful. And so she eventually fixed it, but it took like months. But ever since then, we always just keep it at 78. And so I was just like, okay. And that's just how I've always loved it, even if it isn't super comfortable. Because I just remember, you know, hey, there was a time when 78 actually felt really cool. I mean, you grew up without AC? I think I did too, until we moved. But I don't remember a lot because I also played outside a lot, so it was always really super hot. We're talking about like, I was like the kid that would, or rather like our group of kids, would go like swimming every day when the pool opened because it was hot. But man, 95, that's pretty crazy. I will, you know what guys? Maybe 76 is too hot. Maybe it's too hot. I mean, it's probably too hot. I mean, so obviously outside is pretty warm. So 76 is probably not the best. And technically, as my dog is getting older, I also think actually 76 is... Like, it's not like he's dying, but I can definitely tell he's panting a little bit more. So he's probably just like, please turn it down. Okay, maybe. But, anyways, it is now... Okay, so it's past 2 hours and 30 minutes. He does have that thick coat. He's got that double coat. Because he's, you know, the kind of coarse top coat and then this nice soft undercoat. But oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, that's probably why he sheds all season long. I mean, but the thing is, like, if I turn on a fan for him, he won't sit in front of it. He'll actually actively avoid it. So I was like, huh. I also think that he might just pant a lot because he's slightly older. It's not that bad, okay? It's not like my dog is dying. I also actually think he pants I think he actually pants a little bit more because he's older too. What? Really? I had a dog. My family dog used to like the fan, but that dog was weird. That dog also liked to go under the blankets and sleep between your legs. Like, and we're talking about like we have an electric blanket on, so it gets really hot in there. But the dog really liked to sleep there. Oh, she was so precious. I miss her. Okay, no sad animal thoughts. All pets are precious right now because they're alive. That's a weird thing to say. That's a weird way to say it, rather. Okay, but seriously though, it has been a little over 2.5 hours, and so I think that's a good set of time. I also need more water anyway, so I think this is probably a good time to end it. I think it's a good time to call it a night because 1, I'm out of water. 2, my throat isn't as bad as before, but I can still feel it coughing. Yes, and I need to leave this bedroom. Well, no, I actually think it might be the bed area that causes the coughing, because the vent is like right next to my bed. So I think there might be something. When did I last change the air filter? Huh. I should probably go do that. I swear it hasn't been longer than like 3 months though, so I swear. I try to change them up pretty frequently because of allergies. But maybe 3 months isn't long enough yet now either, now that I've added more cats. Anyways. anyways, thank you guys for coming by. I hope you had a lovely time. Thank you all for chatting with me. I will change the filter, don't worry. Tomorrow, because I'm tired right now. And it's a pain in the butt to find a place to put the old one until I can go toss it out. But yes, it was very fun. I hope all of you guys had fun, or at least had some semblance of, it was passing time. Or at least better than that, I don't know. I'll take a look at the proposal later. But yep. Probably won't stream again until next week because I've got another pretty packed weekend again. Not that that's bad, it's just I'm actually really introverted, so like I'm the type of person that needs like long stretches of time in between meeting and having people time, even if it's like friend time. Which is probably why I burned out on streaming actually the first time around, because I wasn't giving myself enough time to like recharge. Anyways, thank you guys all for coming. And wait, isn't touching grass going outside? I mean, technically I am going outside. That's what that means, right? Also, I'm allergic to certain grass. So touching grass is not a good idea for me. Just saying. Not all of them, but just certain ones. I forgot which ones. But oh, it just means leaving your room. Okay. Or my house. I love my house. I never want to leave. I hate it when my mom is always just like, don't you feel stuffy in your house? And I'm just like, no, I don't. Stop trying to get me to go outside, okay? I did enough of that. I'm fine. Because I don't want to die to allergies even more. Anyways, I've already said 5 times. Thank you guys for coming and chatting with me. I hope you had fun in this congratulations station. Hopefully everyone will make it to congratulations station tomorrow and celebrate in their own way. And I will see you next time. Right? Hopefully. Yes. Alright guys, it was fun, but I think it is time to say bye.